I'm gonna tell you a story, but the first thing you have to understand is that time does not work the way you think it does. You can call me Oracle, because I'm the one who's talking to you or telling you this, Sangita, where last we left off with the Pratisara. Oh, by the way, the Empress, I completely forgot to mention this. The Empress actually gave the fool, when he saw her first, a Pratisara of 3 strands of her hair, because she also asked him if he was married, and he said, unfortunately, no. I would like to be, but I'm not. She says, okay, here, I will give you a charm, because you would like to be. That is made of 3 strands of my hair. So you will be safe until you meet someone who wants to marry you and who you court appropriately. And the fool says, thank you, done and done. I appreciate your generous gift. And so they have met with her husband, and it is the next day, and they shall meet the man of the Dve, Vasra Kukijka, of the 2 crossed keys. He is an uttamabrahmarsi, Manavidzopanava, a highest priest, spirit knower, and honest namer, who knows the Brahmasiti of Brahma's lair, and has been to fire mountain, Agni Parvati. He is fire marked, Zikadivaja and Zikadivaja. Actually, that's the same thing. Alright, whatever. He is considered to be made of Sarpamani, or snake stone, as especially his fists are considered to be a Sarpafanaja. His Atvad or soul is considered a snake fetter, a Sarpabanda, and his third eye is considered a Vajramandi, a thunderbolt gem. He knows where the Marudvipa make their Kushkaras of Bhumi, or the desert elephants make their elephant graveyard, and he knows the Sarvajit Ketunritya, the all-conquering dragon dance. From his eyes it said that he casts out the Sandhyamzu, the twilight ray, and his body, his Atman has made his entire heti, or his body, Bakosa, or a light repository. He is the one that during the war was the 5th of them, who was the one who carried the Katazakti, or the banner staff. He was their banner man, who was known to Nayati Kavi Katazakti. He was known to Adriate, Sarvadeva, Sarvadavate, and to Avivadate, even those of the lowest caste, respectfully. Which is to say, he paid respect to every god and every goddess, and he saluted respectfully the lowest of the low. He was the one who was able to, with auspicious Ujit, was Ujit of sandalwood, and Ujit of Azira, make a trivedi figure of unguents out of Magala Samalabana, Zrikanderavilopana, and Azira. He created a Sasaka, a figure made of unguents. And so when he spoke to this man, who was like basically the most important holy man in the entire empire, who was like more than willing to make time for this dude, he was like, "All right, well, the king and the king basically, not the king, the Maharaja basically informed him what the DB king, the the very very rude Raja, back in the Nobodi's homeland, basically had done to him, and basically the Hierophant nods and goes, "Ah, I see. Well, first he told the young man to be careful what niati, be careful what you carry, because the oath to seek out immortality was given to him by those magicians, because seeking it, possible to spend your entire life doing. gives you a good reason to keep away from your home for a while until that DB dies. Basically, is what they basically were saying. But because he did have a desire to kokati with his homeland, so the Hierophant counseled him to become aware of Botati, his already having being into connection with or Bandu Karoti, his homeland, which is why he wants to go back, which is why he essentially took that oath, because his king basically was very, very vague about the means he went to this end, because he was kind of implying like, I don't care what you do, bring it back to me. I don't care if you're 3/4 dead. Inside his head, it would be like, that would make it like 4 times easier to kill you the rest of the way. Aha! I win twice. And the young man nods and said, yes, that makes sense. Feels a little bit odd to hear it from a holy man, but yeah, that makes sense. And the priest smiled and said, well, you know what, I spent some time, as a scribe, learning stories, being an Narsi, being like a student of the old songs. So, I'm going to tell you one in a little bit. It's very relevant. It's an old song about Paranjaman, an old song about reincarnation. But maybe it will tell you something useful. Maybe it won't, but I hope it does. But when you go from here, and I will give you a gift, as you've been given gifts before, whether you realize it or not. You've been gifted by someone on each step of this journey you're on. But don't think this Hidi only exists for Balama Rana, because it doesn't. If it did, the Marga wouldn't be there. Because there is no Marga just to get people killed. People who keep sending people on that kind of Marga, they get what's coming to them. And the Nirbuti is like, that's the single most gratifying news I've ever heard anyone say ever. And he said, so, I'm going to basically give you some purifications, bless you, hallow some of your stuff, and basically hallow any desire you have to Tandu Karoti, your Izadeva, like whatever it is, whether it's like the deva that your Vajra Muni served, like your Crossroads Saint served, or if it's another one, it's whatever Pindikorote deva that you have. It's whatever deva that you identify with, and I'll just like basically hallow your Idibeta Marga, and so like that deva will find it easier for it to Pindikaroti with you. And the fool's like, you can do that? Okay, that sounds awesome. And the Hierophant did a brief ritual. The Hierophant. Marriage, alliances. Marriage, alliance, captivity, servitude, mercy, and goodness. Inspiration, the man to whom the current has recourse. Reverse, society, good understanding, concord, over kindness, weakness. The Hierophant. Organized religion, established institutions, indoctrinations, what you were taught to believe as a child, followed an established belief system, religion, or philosophy. Group identification, conformity, blind, rigid adherence to an institution or belief system. Reverse meaning, blind, rigid adherence to an institution or belief system, tribal intolerance of others who are outside of your groups. Stale traditions, need for change. Nonconformity, break the rules. Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot no deputy. Yeah, and the time I went to the hospital 4 times, I did not at any time come to be so stupid that I reached for any of the opposite firearms, because, like, I'm not dumb, but, like, cops are involved with at least, all 4 of my trips to the hospital. Those weren't fun. Anyway, Oh, side note, I am on episode Zaitadika. Actually, it doesn't quite work that way. I'm on episode 101. But Zaitadika is containing 101. So that is reference Zaitadika episodes. Yeah, yeah. Because I'm being metal like that. Alright, so. Hum, 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 hum. Alright, so. Oh, what? I can't find Spirit of the Tarot, so I'll just redo that as part of my intro to the next one. But I'll show you, so far we've had Nirbudi, Satmago, the Sri Guru, and the Maharaji, her husband the Maharaja, who brought them to the Manavid Vatra Kushkika, or the spirit tower of the crossroad of keys. And that's the oracle's story so far of the Mahapaga, of the Krita Paga, of the Terawara, of the Krita player. And if you be knowing how to play that game, probably comment down below what that would be swell. That would be all I'm saying. That would be a good one so far. I'll try to do the lovers, which would be the stories on Gita, Zagala, Ka, Zaza, that the Hierophant will be telling the Nabooty when I do my next film so far. That would be me, Zakuna be Oracle Sangita singing to ye. Have a good evening if I don't post later, or morning if it happens to be the time you be watching it, whoever you be. That will be me saying to you, have a good time in the way that you be, wherever you be and the way that you win. Have a good morning or evening.